Hi everybody, here's a lesson in how to play Malagueña, a little bit of Spanish guitar here. Before we start the lesson, we can take a look at this. The Spanish F chord. If you take an E chord and just slide it to the second fret, you have that, it's an F chord with these pedals going on, an E and a B and another E. There are these tones that are carried out throughout both chords. So those stay constant, and these moving notes are moving from E to F. But when you do that, that's a very Spanish sound. You can do that with the A chord as well. Just slide it up a fret. But the E chord moving up a fret to that Spanish F, that's the classic one, I think. But that's a good move to know. So let's take a look at this tab. So there's a tab there. You can take a look at that, or you can just watch me. So for the finger picking part of this piece, we're going to be moving this shape around. It's the first finger and the second finger here on the first fret of the third string and the second fret of the fourth string, and we're going to use that as our E chord, and we're going to move it by one string from here to here for the A minor chord. And we're going to play a little bit of a picking pattern as we move between them. And then a little later in this piece, we'll move that up from E to the second fret for the F chord. So we're going to be using two fingers on our right hand, thumb and index. And let me play through this for you, and then I'll talk about it. Okay, so that first part, again, it's these two fingers, thumb and index finger. Notice how I have them set up here. My thumb is a little bit this way of my other fingers, and my index finger is curved in like that. So I'm not out like that. I've got it under like that. My hand is kind of flat, and it's about parallel with the body of the guitar. I don't know if you can see that, but it should look something like this. You can look in a mirror and try to see if that helps you. But at the beginning here we have that E chord down. And we play the fourth string, and then the first string. And the index finger is going to just keep playing that first string. So it's 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. So the thumb switches strings, it moves there. 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. Then we do it again. Then we go to the A minor, so we just shift those two fingers to here. And we're going to start with that down, and we play the third string and then the second string. But then we're going to lift the first finger and play the second string open, and then we go to the third string with the thumb, and first string again, and then open third string, and then we're going to put down the third fret of the fourth string, and just nothing else, just that. And after each of these notes we're playing that first string, that open first string. And from there we repeat back to the beginning, and we do that part again. A minor, lift the finger, lift the other finger, third fret of the fourth string. And then we move on to this next part, which starts the same way, but then we shift up to the F instead of the A minor. And we keep playing 4, 3, 2, with that open first string between them. And then we strum an E chord. And you can do just a slow strum on an E chord. It'll sound nice if you just let your thumb come to rest on the next string after the one you just strummed, and then just go through them slowly like that. Or if you know any kind of fancy strum, you can do that. Any kind of rasgueado. any kind of fancy strum thing, or you can just do just a fast down up down. That's a simple thing that sounds nice. Down up down, or just something like that. Anything really. And then we move up to that Spanish F chord that I was talking about. Strum it again, or we could give it one of those kinds of down up down, and then back to the E. And then we're going to end here with something called the Spanish cadence. They sometimes call this the Spanish cadence. A minor, G, F, E. There are a lot of songs that use that. You get a shiver in the dark, it's a raining in the park. In the meantime, that's one example. Or what's that song? Runaway. That's the name of the song, right? Run, 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 run away. It's got that organ part. That's another one with the Spanish cadence. Comes up in a lot of popular music. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. That's another example. So that's A minor, G, F, E. So at the end here it says DC al fine, which just means go back to the beginning and play until you get to where it says fine. So we'll do that, go back to the beginning. Let me repeat. And then the next part. To that F. And we'll just strum an E chord to end it. So that's Malagueña. And a nice thing to do with this is to just play with the expression a little bit. You can do a lot of things. One thing that sounds nice is to play the first note and then of each measure or each section and just wait a little while. Now you can speed up a little bit if you want. Slow down a little bit. Just play with the speed. You can do something more like this. Find different ways of speeding up and slowing down. That's a nice thing to do to music. And that's something that I don't think people make enough use of in popular music in general. Playing with the speed of things. But most music you hear on the radio is at one speed all the way through. But there are a lot of folk musics from around the world that make use of that kind of thing. So think about that when you're playing. It's okay to speed up and slow down sometimes. Anything else I should say about this? Well, I think that's enough for now. I'll probably think of something I should have said later. So practice this, and it's a good exercise in just using these two fingers. Have a nice day.